So, yeah, you know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?
Welcome to the Chop Shop. I'm Eddie James. Sitting next to me is my brother from another mother, DJ React.
Hey, what's up, pal?
Hey,
buddy.
Took a little vacation.
Yeah, took a little fucking hiatus, whatever you want to call it. But we're back.
Yeah, we're back. You know, we had a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Little 4th of July vacation.
Yeah,
You get
exactly. You know, the people letting off the firecrackers and the cherry bombs in my neighborhood were.
Your neighborhood. Forget it. Queens is on. They're still blowing shit up out here.
Yeah.
It is upside down.
They don't stop.
Exactly. React, nah. Like, we have, like, one of the illest. Like, I say it a lot, but when in a world of terrible music, there is a niche pocket of music that they have cult followings, and he has worked himself into it with hard work every single day. Hailing from E-Town, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We have the one and only Brainorchestra.
Hey, clap it up
On
again.
the Chop Shop.
Yo,
Yes, y'all. You don't stop.
What up?
Brainorchestra.
Hell I wish that was me. Like,
Nah.
that would have been epic.
Thanks for coming to the show, Brain.
Long overdue.
Like, yeah. No, we had a date. Pause. And React's rolling his eyes again.
Don't matter.
Okay, we're not playing. We're not doing this game. I promise you, never again. This will not happen. I don't give a shit. All right, we're not doing that unless it's
I'm
really
done.
fucking questionable,
unless
said
it's
some crazy
undeniably. Nah, but we did have a date to do a interview, man, and what happened?
We did.
I don't know.
What
I have
happened?
no clue what happened.
I have no idea.
I'm betting that it was on our
Could have been on me
our
too.
end
I mean, I'll be
as
real
we are-
honest with you.
No, I think it was on our end as we were building podcasts and all over the place because React and I are doing this shit ourselves, but we had you in mind because I honestly felt like you were one of the hardest working artists, and you are one of the hardest working artists out
Thank you,
there.
man.
Period. No, and hailing from Elizabeth, which is a interesting pocket.
It is.
In New Jersey, because I lived in Jersey City, and I've gone to Elizabeth, and it is a strange little town.
It's different.
It is.
Yeah.
It is different. So, can you explain, like, a young Brainorchestra growing up, what you gravitated to music wise? Coming up in Elizabeth, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
I have a lot of older homies because of my brother. I got an older brother. So when I was young, we was going off of what our like older brothers and homies was like listening to. And a lot of things that I was put onto from my brother early on was like LOX. You know, I'm a big Styles P fan, Jadakiss fan, Chic Luch, like all three of them. That was like a big part of our childhood. Dipset, Lil Wayne.
Can I ask you a quick question?
I feel fucking old. You said childhood?
And that's what
yeah.
I was listening to when I was like coming up in my super early teens and shit. Like, I'm 29 now, so when I was like 13, 12, I was getting exposed to everything hard body. I already knew Jay-Z and Biggie and Nas and all that shit.
Because you said childhood,
yeah.
so that's why I was.
No, but
yeah.
if you think about it in terms of the calendar and shit like that, 29. 29 is super young.
Super young. Super young.
I mean, like, he's still in his 20s, people. I was 29 in 99.
I was 4.
To put
You old, you stinky ass old head.
Oh goodness. No, so that was like a big thing. Like, and as I like got into middle school and LimeWire and all that type of shit was like really becoming like the big thing.
Oh.
To use on your PC to download music. I was getting into shit myself, so I started getting into Pete Rock and Talib and, you know, Madlib and Dilla and Doom. That's how I got exposed to like all of that. I like digging on LimeWire and going off of shit like early Pandora days. Like you would listen to Pandora radio back in the day. That was like, I would find so much music through Pandora. Yeah. And just LimeWire and then friends, you know, a lot of homies that knew, you know, I was also skateboarding a lot from 10 to 23 years old. So from that time period, you meet a lot of people, a lot of different types of folks who are like deep in, you know, hip hop culture, like unconsciously. Like those are the cats that put me onto Doom and shit like that. Not my homies out in Elizabeth. Like, no one out here was fucking with Doom, bro. It might have been some cats, some older cats, but very rare. But my generation of like teenagers like kind of brought that back like into like our schools and just our youth, you know, fucking with shit that was already out or not the mainstream, you know, Wheezy and Hove. Like we knew about all that. Ye at the time, like all that shit.
But the crazy thing is that you didn't get, sorry about that. You did not get Reasonable Doubt, Jay.
But that's what I was listening to though. I wasn't into the newer Jay-Z shit because I already knew about Blueprint before Blueprint. That's like what my brother was on. So Reasonable Doubt, I had that shit on a CD in all my cars as a teenager. That was the only CD I had. Everything else was on my phone, which is crazy. But I burned that album's that good. I had a physical CD in my shit like all the. That was the only CD I had in my car. It was a Reasonable Doubt burn CD. Real shit. That album's is one of the best albums ever. So. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, questionably,
that shit is insane. I listen to that shit like, and I hear why I got a lot of my inspiration from just that album alone. Like,
I was just like, you know, like the great thing is we love at the show double, triple threats. You know, MCs, producers, DJs who, you know, create their own stuff, and you fit the mold completely, and you've done it like with hard work. I've seen it, like hard work throughout the years, and it's starting to pay off. But getting back to the younger days, like the music style that you're in right now, like what really sparked it with you? Like your rhyme, your cadence, living in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is, you might as well be in Manhattan because it's right there. I mean, it is.
Oh yeah, our accessibility to the city is crazy. I could get to the city in 20 minutes on the train. You're right in Manhattan. Right. Yeah, so, shit. We never took that for granted either. Ever. Yeah.
I'm glad
never
you took
that for
man,
granted.
Because
we used to stay in the city, bro. I mean, what the fuck? It's right there.
Yeah. All right. But, you know, just growing up, so your cadence, your rhyme style, like I feel, man, like when I listen to your music, it's I got a combination of, on the beats, I got Alchemist, I got, and this is no disrespect, this is all compliments. I got Alchemist, I got Madlib, I got Dill, you know, just intense digging of records. Like, where did that all? When did that all start? Because it's crazy. Like the music. And by the way, people, this guy's catalog. It would have took literally like 5-10 minutes to mention all the shit that all the music that he's released.
That's a lot.
No. But you release a lot of music, and everything's different. It is different. The music's different. So when did that all come about?
Yeah, man. One thing I could say, and I say it's in every interview because it's just the God honest truth. And if anybody's gonna read an interview and get information about me, it's really the same thing. You know, like I spent a lot of time in school joining music classes because I fucking hated doing regular school shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but they were like, you
right. I mean, it was like extracurricular shit. Like I didn't want to do no. If I took a music class, it was like that one extra fun class. I was already a music fan as a kid. You know, my first tape was like a fucking Elmo kids tape and shit. I remember that shit. My pops had a Technics like tower of fucking CD and tape and all that shit. And I used to run. I played that tape probably a fucking million times. So I think my parents.
You said it was like Elmo.
It was like some Elmo kid shit. I mean, I was a child. My dad collected a lot of CDs and always listened to music in the car. So I kind of was like always around music unconsciously. My parents never caught onto it. Really, you know, I mean, I'm like, to be fair, like I'm Portuguese. So like my parents are immigrants. I don't think their mind was like fully understanding like their son is trying to be like an artist. You know what I mean? Like they was just like, oh, he likes fucking playing the trumpet and shit, whatever. But
yeah, but no, your parents' mind was like, we have to fucking secure our spot in this motherfucker.
Yeah, so they were worried. Like they knew we had fun and I had fun with it, but I don't think they saw how like deep I was into it until like I got into high school. And again, taking music MIDI class, you know, shout out my teacher, Mr. Sabat, because if I didn't take that class for 2 years, I just don't know where any of this would be. You know, it would be a separate timeline. Right. So I always shout him out because he used to let me cut class and go inside the booth and kind of just make music and shit. So a lot of that came from like, that's like how it happened, right? But a lot of it came from our upbringing, right? Like we grew up in a pretty like melting pot of a city. And, you know, majority of the city is minorities and immigrants, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was a different environment. Obviously it was like also there was a lot of violence at one point. I mean, it's not as bad, but it still happened. But when I was coming up, teenage years, we was like just wild. You know what I mean? I got robbed from my North Face in the winter, so my brain is just wired different. You know, so we was in that type of situations. You know, you got to watch your kicks. You got to watch your phone. You can't be looking too fly out here. You will get robbed. Like, it was like that. So where a lot of the music that we listened to made sense to us because we seen that shit in real time. Like, homies acting up, violence, whatever, and the good shit of it all, too. So I think a lot of that inspired where my just, like, approach to it comes like with writing songs and shit like that, and then that extra shit like I mean, that's not like that a lot of people out here didn't know about, like Dilla, Madlib, or you know people weren't on. That was just like personal research of enjoying, you know, certain types of music like Pete Rock and Tribe Called Quest shit. You know, like that's all I was listening to was Gangstar, Pete Rock. And Tribe, like while I was skateboarding, that's all I was listening to, and Styles P.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that because I almost lost my train of thought because like Styles P. A lot of people say that, you know, I feel like Jada's one of the greatest. Period. However, I feel that Styles is literally equally
Yeah.
a dope MC as Jada.
Yeah,
So I
Styles
understand
always
that.
liked his. He was just so like. I felt like they're all. You could tell they all real, but Styles P just felt the most like he rap and it feel like you getting followed home and something bad about to happen. But it's a real. He's
Yep.
he's
No,
like the
that's
living.
real.
He's like a
Oh,
living
man.
example of that feeling, like just a threat.
Damn, I don't think I've ever heard any.
He was like a threat to me, but in a good way. I like listening to his shit made me feel like I could just do whatever the fuck I want to do and get away with it. Like that's Styles P make me.
Yeah.
He's like one of the few rappers that make me feel like that. Like, yo, I feel like I could go do whatever the fuck I want to do right now. I'll get away with it because I'm listening to Styles P.
He's still on that shit,
and he's still
but-
rapping.
And no, he's fucking
He going in.
incredible. I mean, like him, but all of them are like even Sheik. Like people try to say
He
Sheik,
one of my favorites.
like nah, Sheik. Yeah, Sheik. Come on, I'm glad you said that though about Styles, man, because a lot of people just say, oh, you know, Jada, but Styles, man, I listen to so many projects.
One of the mixtape kings, bro. Motherfucker.
Exactly.
He had joints forever. Motherfucker was in the booth.
Right. So with that being said, so in your neighborhood, really, Portuguese, you know, were you doing beats? Were you MCing earlier? Did you catch any flack for any of that growing up in your neighborhood?
One thing is I never got like my family was never against it. Like
Okay.
my uncle's a drummer. So that's really the only musical connection I got like within my family. And my uncle was like a part of a cover band that would play for like these big Portuguese festivals out here. Like that's like he wasn't even doing his own
Right.
shit. But I would go to my cousin's house and play the drums. My cousin had his own drum set. So we would be in the basement just fucking playing it or watching his father play the drums and shit.
Was this at the Portuguese
Yes.
club? Yes.
Yeah, on the 1 and 9.
Club, people.
Shit's a zoo.
Yes,
You get the
yes.
illest
Okay.
grilled chicken out that bitch.
Still,
Yeah, they still do
there.
those big ass parties like in the summer. It's fucking hundreds of people, outdoor grills. That shit is a zoo, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so. I never really got like slack for it because my family saw I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like it
Right.
kept me from being outside.
what
and
I
shit,
meant-
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. But what I meant is, Brain, like you explained earlier, like, you know, you got took
oh
for,
yeah,
whatever
Right.
jacket, whatever fly shit. But there can come, you know, beef with MCing.
Oh, yeah,
too,
yeah.
like, you know, or showing up and battling. Did you have any of that going on?
oh yeah. In high
or-
school, we used to skip class and battle. In the like we used because I went to a big ass high school, and we had like 4 floors. So there was like, and it's shaped like a U. So we would be like in the staircases all the way at the end of the shit, and skipping class to just rap. It's literally all we did. Straight up, we were just battling, or everybody spitting a verse they wrote the night before. That's like what we was doing.
Right.
Yeah, I was a part of that time.
Well, when I first met you, I've always liked your music. You know, I feel like there are producers that do a lot of stuff well. You know, drums, you know, the whole acrobatics, the drum fills, it's crazy bass lines and all that stuff. And then there are producers that keep it simplistic. And I find that sampling is an art. It's an art form. Sampling is an art form. You have, listening to your music, you have, I feel like you have mastered that
Man.
through digging, through digging and not doing just crazy stuff. Like I believe that you know, being simplistic it works. Less is better
is more.
or better. That's what I meant to say. You've done that. Talk about that, man. Like how you approached early on. Like were you rapping on other producer stuff? Your beginnings to doing you as a producer.
Yeah, when we was like 14, 15 years old, me and my best friend and his older brother and our other really good friend, we used to just rhyme together, like just bullshitting. But we would. I think my love for the simplistic and just good, it doesn't need to be more than that. Like if it's hitting, if all the angles are hitting, the first thing that I did with that was be on YouTube, finding instrumentals to rap on that I've never heard. So all like the crazy 90s like rap shit that no one paid attention to, that had the crazy production, you know, all them 12 inches that are just forgotten. We were rapping on beats like that. Like we were like, fuck rapping on what people heard before, because everybody's done that. So we would just be rapping on the craziest shit, like just wild beats.
Right.
Yeah, like really
and
just hot
like,
shit. Like the beats were hard, but they were obviously like ignored because it wasn't like some popping shit. And we were always beyond that. We were like, man, fuck that. If it's fire, then that's what it is. And I feel like that's kind of where it started, like writing. And then that's what clicked for me, right? Like I'd find these beats and I'd be like, damn, yo, like I'm writing about this so well. Like this subject right now is hitting so well because this beat is talking to me. Like it's painting this vast picture, or it's giving me a landscape to work with. So then that's what interested me into getting into beats. Cause I was like, well, rhyming's cool, but shit, like the beats was getting me to say this shit. Or anybody.
Yeah.
So then when I realized that, like my brain exploded, because then I was like, oh, this is why, like Where I'm From by Jay-Z, that's why it feels like that. You know what I mean? Because that beat is just so sinister. It's one of the craziest one-bar loops ever. I'll argue to the ground when that's one of the craziest one-bar loops.
I have one that's that's better though, but it's okay.
Masterful's that hands down best. But one of the best, that beat is
the mark.
Oh my god!
What do you think, React? I mean, come on. I mean,
there's a lot of good one bar joints.
I like Mass Appeal.
I mean, that shit is so classic.
Mass Appeal was just
Where I'm From. The reason I mention that is because that beat and that feeling.
Yes. Who did that record? Who did that?
That wasn't Ski? Was that
Where I'm
Skeets?
From?
Nah.
Nah, Ski didn't do that. No.
Nah, maybe Clark. I think maybe Clark Kent did that.
Beats like that, bro. Those are like.
That beat was crazy.
If I could make a million beats that feel like that, oh my god, that's just my favorite type of beat. It just feels so in your face. You know what I mean?
You know who
produced it?
So according to who sampled, it was the Hitman.
Ooh, I believe it. No.
Yeah.
Angeletti and all those guys.
That beat is so
super dope. No, that makes sense.
So it's shit like that. I realized how crazy just instrumentals are for music production, value, just in general, like hip hop and everything. So then that's what got me into making beats and shit. And then started doing my research, and you start learning about, Madlib, Dilla. You start seeing photos and they got thousands of records, and you like, oh nah, what are they doing? Oh, they finding samples? Like what? And then you got your teacher like, yeah, yo, you're sampling, blah, blah, blah. Like you should try it one day. And now here we are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this.
So your teacher
he
was
knew
on that?
he wasn't a hip hop
really?
cat. He wasn't like a hip hop producer, but
no, but he knew the originals.
Yeah,
right?
he respected that shit. Yeah, he respected all that
That's
He was
dope.
all about it.
That's dope. I
All
ain't
my
had no
teachers
like that.
were
My
all
teachers,
my
like,
male teachers.
React. You had teachers like that?
All my male
I had a
teachers were big ass fans of all the 90s shit. So once they found out that I was a rapper producer, they was like fucking with me heavy. Oh, you like this? Oh, nah, kid, what? You lying? I'm like, nah, I'd be sitting there naming albums and they're just like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't have any cool teachers.
I mean, I had cool teachers. I mean, but I had no cool teachers like that.
It's also the
No,
time,
yeah,
I guess that I came up in, right? Early 2000s. All my teachers.
Because I was sampling early too. I was sampling, but you know what? But
I'm
here's the
saying
thing,
my
though,
teachers
you
were
know,
like in their 30s, right? So that what I was fucking
there you
with
go. Yes.
was like their direct like childhood. So they were like blown away by that shit. Like,
right. So would you play?
Hell yeah, all the time.
Yo, I worked on
all the time. I needed to know,
Like-
you know, is this feeling the way it's supposed to, you know? And back then I was making some ass shit. If I'm like, I don't think I was making great music. I mean, I was learning, you know what I'm saying?
I was looking and searching hard for some young.
I'll
great
send you
artists
some
and
shit. I have something in my hard drive from like 2013, like when I was graduating high school. Like,
Yeah, that's about the age that we need, like 2013.
straight booty, but we could expose the world. I mean, I'm nice now, so I had to be ass at one point. So nah, it's more like it shows a lot. I'm glad I kept that shit because I hear it.
Yeah,
And I'm hearing shit and I'm like, oh, okay, I hear what you doing, bro. Okay.
yeah, but do you ever like even when you react because you're a phenomenal DJ and a producer? I feel as a DJ for me because I feel like I peaked as a DJ early on when I was a teenager and I listened if somebody finds and plays me. Or I can listen to some shit that I did when I was 17 years old. I was like on top of it.
Yeah.
Pause. And then but do you feel you feel the same way? I feel like sometimes there are pinches of me. I know I'm better than I ever was when I was younger, but as a DJ, I know for sure that man, I was like relentless when I was younger. Do you feel the same way?
I mean, as a DJ, I was, yeah. I mean, I was I mean, you know, not as relentless as I was now, but yeah, I was definitely relentless because it was, you know, it was the come up, man. Like we were all trying to make it,
right?
You know, yeah, it's still developing. It's funny. A buddy of mine from college mailed me the very first mixtape I ever made.
Oh, shit, I can't.
And I have it. It's in my car.
Man.
It's in my car. But it's so fucking bad. Like I listened to it and I'm like, what?
What the fuck was I doing?
Why did how come somebody didn't why didn't you stop me from making this shit? Somebody should have said something.
Brain.
But I'll tell you.
Hold on for a second. Orchestra. I'm telling you right now, Brain. I said it before a million times. React, one of the illest DJs I've ever known. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And seriously, that's not no cap, none of that, B. Like one of the illest.
Thank you, sir.
Man.
Yeah, but nobody was telling me that back then, you know, in 99 when I was, you know, I was
crazy.
But it was like he mailed it to me. He was like, "Yo, I got a surprise for you," and I was like, "All right." He's like, "I'm gonna send it to you. What's your address?" And I was like, "Fucking address? What are you sending me? Snail mail? Come on, man! Like, what are you sending me?" And it showed up at my doorstep, and I was like, "This is fucking
That's awesome, though,
wild."
man.
Like it was wild.
Did it bring pride to you? Like,
I mean, it brought pride. So it was almost a sense of closure, if that makes sense. Because and it made me realize how long it took me to get from where I was in 99 when I first started DJing to where I'm at now. And I was nicer than a lot of dudes when I first started DJing. You know what I mean? 6 months, a year into me
You was gaining
DJing, I'm like, fuck, I could do this shit professionally because, you know, I'm just as dope as the people who were playing on Hot 97. And I'm 15 years old at that
shit,
point,
yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
But it was definitely humbling because, you know, and comical. But
You
it was
came up in a much
it was funny.
different time too. It was a lot more like cutthroat.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
like React. Like I came up early on with guys like
I got a funny. Hold on, go ahead.
I came up. I came up with DJs and producers like
Yeah.
Qbert,
Yeah.
Rob Swift,
Legends.
the whole, like
Yeah.
all those guys, like Executioners,
I'm gonna make
Scratch Pickles, all that stuff. React came up with.
No, I came up with those guys.
No. Hear me out. With the when they really figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was early on Scratch Pickles, early on,
Right.
All those.
Yeah, you
DJs,
saying by the time React
Scratch,
pulled up, they was like they figured it. Yeah, it's like
They
another
were
level
like-
of shit.
they were like,
Yeah,
right. It was like next level shit. So, but I respect that.
I got something funny. I got something funny though. You were talking. Nah, this is fun. I shouldn't even fucking play this because we're talking about like our first things that we've ever done.
Shit.
I want to say about 3 months ago, I was scrolling through my old Gmail email address,
Yeah.
and I found this had to be one of the first 3 beats I ever made in my life. And I would like to play it for you guys.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Oh my God, go ahead.
Full disclosure, it's really, really, really fucking bad. Like it's very bad. But I remember
that's
making
how
it.
it
And I
is,
remember I was in my dorm room. I just bought an MPC 2000. It was 2003.
shit.
So this was like one of the first things I ever made on an MPC. You ready?
Let's fucking
Don't
go.
take a sip. Do not take a sip of water. Do not take a sip of ginger ale, soda, whatever you're doing right now, because you're gonna fucking laugh. It's pretty bad. What is that?
Oh, it's already.
It sounds like
it's already bad.
it's bad, and you're gonna know. Oh, and if you're a fan of Dilla and Slum, you're gonna know where the drums are from too. I don't care. It's bad. It's not even.
Let it play.
It's horrible.
Hard to listen to.
That's all it is. I don't even know what that is.
This shit got a good start to it though.
No, it's kind of
Yeah,
hard.
and then the AOL.com crash comes in. Where is it? Here it comes. Ready? Wait here. And then some weird shakers come in. Wait. It's so bad. Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? No
This
cap.
shit got hard.
You hear it?
It's better than my first beat.
I know who.
To be honest.
Oh,
It's like one of the first shits I ever made on an MPC.
Your brain. That shit is definitely better than
Oh my god! His shit had structure and fucking. My shit was a 4-bar
did.
loop of butt for 2 minutes. At least you had a build up. Like this guy was doing something.
Yeah, I remember that. And the other one that I don't have that I wish I did have.
Yeah.
I tried to sample "Son of a Preacher Man."
Oh no.
Yeah. It was so fucking bad. I'm glad I don't have it.
No, you know what? With that being said, so brain, there is an art form with digging for records and finding dope
Absolutely.
dope records. Like everything that you've done, I've heard. I'm like, damn, I've never heard, and I'm an avid record digger.
That means a
For
lot.
real. No, man, I mean for real, and I'm just like, really? I found records. I'm like, okay, he used that record. I'm like, ooh, but I have never
Trying to
heard a
catch
Brain
up.
Orchestra record. Yeah, man, I've never heard a record that Brain Orchestra is sampled. So talk about. I really want to know about your early, like the equipment that you had early on, and then for because we had tech nerds out there, for the equipment that you used early on, and then why you chose that simplicity and not a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
In your music. For you.
Yeah, man. Cause I'm, I don't know. I'm 29, so me coming up as a teenager, like laptops and shit, like that was like a more accessible thing. I guess. I mean, people had laptops and shit, but as far as music making, so I started on FL and Logic, like making beats, mixing, whatever. And my buddy, who was a drummer, my boy Frankie, man, shout out to my boy Frankie. He ended up buying a machine one day. And he was like, yo, you got to come over and see this shit. And I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, yo, I bought like a drum pad. And I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I was like 14.
Yeah.
So I go over and I see it.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, wait, I was like, ain't this some old school shit? Cause I seen like a 2000 before, like in videos. But I was like, he was like, yo, this is like that, but on the computer. He's like, yo, it's like this some new next level shit, like blah, blah, blah. So I would go over his house every day after school and we were just making beats together on the machine, learning the machine together. And I saved a bunch of money and bought myself a machine and started making mad beats on the machine. Like, I still have it on my hard drive. I have a fuckload of files from machine. I probably don't have a lot of the samples because I was like sampling YouTube MP3 shit. You know, a lot of that shit gets lost.
Yeah.
But man, I was like heavy on the machine. And
was it the micro?
I got the
or,
M1 early, like orange pad machine days, like no colors. Yeah,
Trust
so you
me,
already know that
thanks
shit.
to React.
Blue lights.
Yep. No, React.
Blue light,
yeah.
orange. And I see you got the
on,
big boy machine. Them shits are, man. The machine is such a good, it taught me a lot. And it taught me a lot. And then one day, like when I had my head kind of wrapped around machine and I started playing beat sets with a S because I saw like Sam I Am and people like that on YouTube doing that shit. And, you know, shouts to him. Yeah. He's the first person, him and After One. Those are the first people I saw using SPs for live sets. Anybody else?
Rowan SP 404 people.
Like those were the first guys. I don't want to hear nothing. Look on YouTube. Obliv.
These guys.
But like I'm saying, as far as that real deep lo-fi niche live beat show, Sam I Am is the GOAT with the 404. Like he's one of the nicest with that shit. And then After One with the 555. Disgusting. Ooh. One of the GOATs with that shit. Madlib took the 303.
No. A lot of people say DiBiase.
DiBiase too. And shouts to my boy DiBiase. That's my man's 100 grand. Yeah. There's certain things Sam I Am does that no one really does. Dope. That's just my opinion. Like Sam I Am is in such a pocket with his creation with it, and then just the way he played beat sets on it was just so like original. Like it was like finesse. So that's what got me. And then I bought a 2000 XL randomly. Cause my man's had it. He was like, yo, shit's like brand new. It's been in my basement. I'll sell it to you for 200. So I bought that shit.
Oh,
I still got that shit. It's brand new.
You said 200?
Brand new. And then I took a step back.
XL?
I took
how many outputs?
It's regular. Outputs. It's like the basic shit you buy at the store. It still has a floppy disk. Okay. I didn't do nothing to it. It's a brand. It's basically new.
No, I'm talking about. It
was like, I think it was 8 outs, like what it came standard.
Oh.
But I took a step back and I wanted to learn because I was like, I could make beats on, machine and all that, but can I sit down with this and do what I'm doing here on this? So then I took
Right.
I went back, learned the 2000, got nice on it. Nice enough. I don't think I'm like crazy amazing with it because it's slower and it's just a little bit different workflow. But then I got an MPC Live, and then it was just over after that. Yeah.
No, but I'm glad you brought that point up because it needs to be discussed, like analog versus digital. And there are times where I sit with all my digital stuff now because I have no analog gear anymore. I came up on the 1200, 60, 62, 3000, 4000, whatever. And I always found it just super fast just to hook up for a record digger to just hook in and sample the records. So like you having to do that, like, and you just sampling records. Did you find it easier? I found it easier. I like now, like it doesn't matter now because we have everything now. You could just dump a sample in and all that stuff. But I always found it easier to like. Did you find it easier because you went from digital first to
analog shit,
the XL,
and then records as well? Kind of the same thing, like going from YouTube to digging. So it wasn't easier at all.
Right.
I think learning the 2000.
Okay.
Really tested me as a hip hop artist, really helped me wrap my head around like the science behind cutting samples and understanding music. You know what I mean? Like it was much harder to take a step back and be more patient. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did that and it changed my view on hip hop. And now using an MPC Live, my head is wrapping around that process in a much faster way, but I'm still using the techniques I learned with, this ancient technology, whatever the fuck people want to,
Let me ask you this. Since you've used both, Akai or Native Instruments, what do you prefer?
I'm going to be fair. I say MPC because I love the workflow of Akai and I use it in Ableton. But if it was like, if I had one choice, it would probably be Machine because you could use it in Ableton and open VSTs within Machine. Like that shit is just another level. That's where Machine. Well, I mean, I think Native
You could do that with the MPC too. You could do that with the MPC too, though. I mean, with the software.
But the
Machine software is VST.
Okay. But the MPC software, I don't like that shit. It don't hit the same as like Machines. It's not user friendly. That's why I don't use the software. I make everything in the box and then record it or export it. Like I never use that fucking software. Oh, I use Ableton a lot. Yeah. That's my mixing board. You know what I mean? Yep. My imaginary $500,000 mixing board and shit. It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest. It's the greatest thing I've ever picked up. It's the greatest program I've ever picked up because my ideas flourish so much crazier through Ableton. It's insane. But bringing it back to that, like. After the MPC shit, then I got an MPC Live years later, and that's kind of where I've been at. I'm at peace with the MPC Live SP404 combo into Ableton and into the tape deck and shit. Like I'm super fucking with that shit right now.
Wow.
Yeah, record player MPC.
I saw that.
That's all I need, bro. A record player and an MPC. That's really all I need if we're being honest.
Right. So that's what I was getting at in terms, because that's how simple it was.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, it was just like, okay, if you had an MP and a mixer, and you can hook right, or even not a mixer, just a turntable, hook right into it, sample the shit. However, I'm Machine Gang now. I have been for over almost close to 2 decades.
Yeah, now. Machine is like that, man.
What was the micro that you gave me? React.
There's a micro, MK2.
Maybe what?
No, I gave you my I had a Machine MK, a white Machine MK2 that I gave you, and then I gave you my micro, the MK3.
No, you give me the micro first.
I gave you the MK2 micro, the white regular MK3, and then I gave you the MK3
early.
micro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coming from Akai to Native Instruments, you know, I'm not biased for it. I'm sure like I can loop right into it, but I do feel you on just it being easier with Akai. But I mean, the hell, let's get into some music, B.
Yeah.
Sir.
I'm just gonna pick something because I never heard any of these records, and
I love when React does this.
Yeah,
the blind.
Yeah,
listen.
it's blind listen. Let's play something off. It Means a Lot.
Whoa, I love this album. It means a lot.
And this one is called. I don't know what this one is called. I think it's called Mountains.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
Once again, like, hey, yo, hash weed, nicotine, help me lay it cool like Listerine. Trying to stop the guy, need a bigger team, but not what I'm picturing, the hundreds and up. You gotta watch how you spit to me, I'm not here for fun. Got sons trying to cook with my grease, but bird quick. Need a curved chick sitting on my side when I swerve, kids. Turn wigs like wind gusts, it's never them, been us. Catch you smoking grams in a Swiss bus. You think I give a fuck? Yo, I had real issues, shit real when the mill miss you. Speaking from experience, dealing the truth. While they fake the character, I'm here revealing the proof. Hey yo, I come from dollar slices and sour D. Made salaries or flour. Every hour had a counted G. You need that real shit, you can count on B. And if your money looking low, here's a pound on me. The sound astounding. On the mountain with nothing but time grounded. Suckers not allowed in the space of elite. Picture me breaking the weak. Suckers, I'm chasing the G's. Buckle, go ahead, catch up. Couldn't agree with how they think. Sick minds lack trust. I had enough, now it's time to get the glove strapped up. I had enough, now it's time to chill. I had enough, like,
Come on.
Now it's time to get the glove strapped up, like.
Hey, yo, yeah, you got
Man,
motherfucking
crazy.
rapping over here, huh?
I be rappity rappity. I be like,
Oh, wait a fucking second. Hold the fuck on. I mean, I knew you had beats, but wait a
Man,
the fuck.
Thank you, bro.
Wait a second.
No.
Oh, wait. We're gonna play one.
Let it play like double threat. He a good DJ too. Triple threat. The choice of records and how he flips them.
It's what they wanted, man. Hey, yo, Hey, yo, this life, yeah, I play it slow, take the toll. I'm on an amazing roll. Only see me out cause I was paid to go. Hey, yo, I had to shake the globe since the muscle up. We jumping out the window, motherfuckers better buckle up. Move with trust, loyalty, and admiration. I ain't jacking statements, but shit, I'm trying to be the greatest too. See, this is how it happened when you shape the room. I'm with the raid of goons, you lames better lace your boots. See me molding into God shape, smoke the pot late. Get the bag, you gon' see it by the watch face. You suckers not great, we got a lot to prove. Can't waste my time anymore, I got a lot to do. Ain't no stopping, got the wallet go. Eat the salad with the copper gold. Hit the plane, then we out to roam. I can't get out my zone, I can't get out my zone. Yo, I can't get out my yo. Need it all or nothing, kid. I can't be settling. The run has been incredible. And can't
It's the choice of sample, right? And how he chops it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the simplicity of the beat, but the beat, the drums knock. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a combination with his rhyme style. I love MCs that produce their own shit. You got Rock Marciano. You got the Alchemists. You got, even Dilla, even, all the greats.
That's the main one I learned. Dilla, and there's so many rapper, Tip, P-Rock, like that, all of that. But Madlib. But Dilla, to me, was the most, like, because he was a producer first, And I'm gonna pause before, you know what I mean, before we have to say it, whatever.
And we're not
Dilla was one of them producers that let his nuts hang as a rapper. Cause his beats were so nice. He was just talking his shit. He wasn't worried about doing the theatrics or writing bars. He just knew, Dilla knew how to flow on his shit the best. No, I don't think anybody besides Elzai rapped better on Dilla's beats than him himself, personally. I think Dilla knew his pocket so well that when you listen to Rough Draft and shit, you just like, yo, bro, this motherfucker was so in his own fucking lane. And that shit, I strive to be that bad. You know what I mean? I strive to be that so bad.
Even on the Detroit, clap off.
With the trap off, bro.
Right. Keep the CP on.
Off.
Keep it off. Right.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. He had a way of making it feel like, nah, this is extremely him. And that inspired me to the point where I was like, nah, my beats and rhymes need to feel like one thing. I don't want to be separated. I don't want one thing better than the other. This shit got to equally be insane. Like on, but...
No, but
well, that's how I like to think about my shit, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but that's what I get. That's what I get, because when I listen to Brain Orchestra, I listen to the MC and I listen to your production part of it. It's sometimes DJs, I mean, sometimes producers don't get it right. They just don't. I know a few of them that I'm not going to mention that produce their own selves, and sometimes it just don't hit. You have managed in a world of niche music when it comes to hip hop. You have found, sometimes when I listen to your shit, I'm like, this motherfucker just found a fucking violin and a fucking violin and a bass line. You know what I'm saying? It just it just found the chops and chopped them. I'm not going to say that you looped it, because I don't know if you looped, because it's so clean. It's so clean that I don't know if you looped them or
that's the mystery, man. That's what.
That's all
magic. That's magic. That's what the magic does.
And we don't do that. We don't sample snitch.
No, but I appreciate that, and I hear you. That's what I want. I don't want, like, I want people to think about that, but I want it to sound fluent to where it's like, this shit is just dope. Like, you know, and I think digging, I've learned with digging that you never know what you're going to find on a record, man. And record collecting to me at this point, besides it being like, you know, me archiving and creating like this encyclopedia of what inspires me, it's all sounds to me, man. You know, I hear shit in a record, and if that's the one bar that I need to loop and put something over, I don't think about it too hard anymore. I try not to break my head open with, oh, I need to find a sample that's doing this. And nah, bro. One day I'm looping 4 bars, the next day I'm micro chopping. I don't plan that, and I think that's what allowed me to be more free in the way I create, and it translates into the audio and shit, I feel, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, this is a good clip, man. Your fucking camera don't work.
I know, and it's crazy.
So sorry.
Did you?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
We'll clip it anyway. It's all right. We'll put a little picture of Brain Orchestra on the thing.
Did you hear that, people? Because that is the half of the battle when it comes.
Yeah, y'all breaking your head open trying to sound nice. You could be nice without doing none of that.
Yeah. No, and I can't speak for React, but I know.
That's words of wisdom right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. This is what I'm talking about. Like, here I am. I'm an older OG, but I love to learn. And you just dropped a gem, because sometimes I'm just like, I gotta find it. Find it.
And we all do that. We all get to that. Like, I feel I just went through a lot of like crazy life shit and haven't created in weeks, but I went digging and finally turned the turntable on, and the first joint was like, it was like that beat. Like, it's crazy because I had long story short, I had a fire and a flood, and I saved all my equipment and shit.
I know that.
And all that, but I had made a beat called The Flood. While it was happening, I was making a beat and it happened. So I saved it as Flood. And I listened to that beat. And then I listened to the beat that I made yesterday. That's been 3 weeks later. And they both feel like these like transitionary moments in time and shit. And I think that shit really struck me recently that like, this shit gets beyond it. To me, it goes beyond making dope shit. Like dope shit happens naturally, right? That's not, you can't teach that shit. You just learn, you just kind of grow into it, the dope shit. But I'm trying to like make music now with the production that is speaking to people, right? And you need to have some freedom in your mind and in your practice to do that. And that's why I said I try not to break my head open anymore, because I've had moments in my life where I'd be in the studio and motherfuckers were like, oh, this is some old shit. Oh, this is some 90s shit. Oh, this is some, it don't develop. It's 2 bars. Where's the rest of the beat? Like I've had multiple people and times of people doubting this shit. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, fuck you, this shit hard. This shit is hard. And it's speaking something, you know what I mean?
And then all you have to do is repurpose, you know, because just like I said, like your pocket of music is niche, but it is the genuine hip hop joints. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like the beats are dope. But they're perfect for your rhyme style.
Thank you.
With that being said, like just recently, you know, like your joint, the relic that you just released was on iTunes. Is one of the hottest hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah, that shit was hard to see that shit. And it reminded me, and I feel like right now, one thing I could say about Relic and all the music I have coming out after it is just such an enhancement of production, like a development in production and my ideas as a songwriter and shit. And it was good to see Relic get those numbers. Like Relic, the single, and Start Believing, the single, both have 50 grand each on Apple Music now. And they put my shit in the best new hip hop songs. And when you look at that, this is my thing. When you look at that list, there's no one on there that sound like that, you know, with all due respect. There's no one that is. Yeah. I was on there with a fucking insane 4-bar loop just spitting bars. Like, I wasn't worried about all that extra shit. So I really wanted to emphasize that shit to people. Dope shit is gonna do it's gonna do its thing. You don't have to be like, this is coming from somebody who had mad people tell me, yo, you gotta make this to pop off. You gotta start doing this. You gotta start doing that. I didn't listen to none of that shit. I did exactly what I wanted to do.
No, but you know what? But the crazy thing
is that happened. I was just like, damn, bro. Like this shit. This is it. This is not even about me. This is for everybody right here. You know what I'm saying?
But especially at the age of 29, your peer and what they're listening to, and what we listen to, because we're both we're all DJs in here. We know. And for you to achieve that, you have a following who's listening.
Yeah,
that's the good part of it.
That shit's a blessing to me.
It is. But it's a blessing to you. It's a blessing, but it's a blessing to actual, like, just hit.
Yeah,
I can't. There needs to be
culture. Like, the culture.
No. But you know what? Like, real talk. Like, React. I was talking to DJ Quiz. Shouts to Quiz, heavy hitter. We just talked 2 days ago, and we were talking about that hip hop needs to have subcultures. Genres. They do.
Yeah.
It cannot. We cannot. It's the most successful now. At one point in time, rock was the most successful. Yeah. Am I right or wrong? Right?
No, 100%.
So at one point in time, they made adult contemporary
rock.
that got awards and was awarded for things. There needs to be a subgenre for hip hop now, but they refuse to do it. And I'll step off my fucking soapbox. They refuse to do it because they're gonna keep us in like crabs in a barrel.
Yeah, bro.
Like you get an artist like let's just say, okay, you got chart toppers, like whoever they are, right? Whoever they are, chart toppers with hip hop. Mm-hmm. No disrespect, because that's their interpretation of hip hop, and I respect it. All the young kids out there, I respect it all, and I like some of it. I like a lot of it. And then you have somebody like let's just use Rhapsody,
right?
Who made an incredible fucking album.
Yeah, dude.
Right? And they have to be put into that pot together. It should not be that.
Hell no.
It shouldn't. I actually think there needs to be, might laugh, but an adult contemporary hip hop.
I agree.
Subgenre.
I agree. I feel like there's too much amazing shit not getting recognized, you know?
It's not, because it is what it is, but they've made it that way. They've made it that way for other music.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. React. I mean, what do you think?
No, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. There is a lot of dope shit that nobody knows about.
Yeah, man. That's what I be telling people. I'm like, you think I'm nice? There's a motherfucker out there who shit on me that no one know about.
Mm-hmm.
No bullshit.
No, but
I just say that to remind people, like, don't get too caught up. Like, you could be nice, but don't get it twisted. There's folks out there that simply just love this shit, that are nice at this shit. If they were to get a chance at this shit the way we did, it'd be scary. Yeah, but in a good way. I like that. I like that these
you're being very modest, and I appreciate that about you, man, because you've always been a real dude. I appreciate that. But what I'm saying to you that there needs to be separate genres in hip hop.
Within hip hop, just different.
Within
I get what you're saying. It has
to be.
There's soft rock and hard rock and alternative rock and pop rock and punk rock.
No, there's alternative that get awards, Grammys. There's adult contemporary.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So Quiz said that to me. And I was like, I never thought about that. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so but there needs to be different genres, because it is what it is, man. But what you're doing is there's hundreds of thousands, I will even say millions of people who love the kind of hip hop music that you
Absolutely
do. Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna play the Relic.
Sick.
Because the Relic was the joint, like, for real. Like, you've always been on the map, but you're really on the map now, B.
Like that, yeah, check it. Fuck the rigmarole, fuck something like a Miami Cuban and Figaro. This gold come heavy, roll up plenty. Smoking hit the paper with a 10-piece. Gracious like a butterfly, sting like a bee. These other rappers ain't singing like me, like my tune angelic. Let your mans tell you the lore. I'm like a relic, psychedelic. Here to trigger senses to a high degree. Keep it thorough, because many choosing to lie and speak. Need me to change the game, will that just come with fees, please? Think I'm rapping for fame and popularity. Nah, I'm just an artist that others never compare to me. To be fair, I'm still growing too, but they ain't sharing seeds. Got it locked in, just carving out my pair of keys. The rhyme and the loop bring the therapy. What else? For transparency, you chumps can't touch this. Much love to the suckers who tried to fail fucking with us. I'm outside for another dinner. Keep your chin up. It don't always last, gotta see the vision. Speaking from a future distance, spread the word, rest assured. The change coming unlike you never heard, unlike you never seen. It's me.
This is what I'm talking about.
Crazy, man.
Like what I said guitars.
Yeah.
But very simplistic. He found sampling is an art. Kyle Shu said that shit to me too. He said, and DJ Static said, hey, that shit is an art form. If you can find the joints, or even if it's a chop or two chop that's very simplistic, that's an art form in itself. It's back. You got guys like Westside, Stove God, Benny, right, Rock Marciano.
Rock and Card, they have some of the illest one bar loops right now. As far as like when it comes to bar,
they have, but when I listen to your joints, and I've been hearing records for years, bro. Trust me, I am all this shit that you see behind here. Trust me, bro, is a lot of. Oh,
I appreciate it,
really
man.
Fucking crazy. I'm gonna buy it.
No, I appreciate that because as a cat who's late, I'm late to the game. I'm late to the digging game. To be fair, there a lot of shit has been touched in the since the '90s. You know what I mean? Like when cats were really digging. So to have folks like you and Al and Ev and Seb Bash be like, yo, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit means a ton, bro. Because
I can't tell you the shit that you just used on the Relic. And that's another thing too.
Yeah, Relic was special, man. I was digging hard on that shit, bro.
So let's talk about this real quick. Like sample clearance.
Yo, I never dealt with that shit yet, yo.
Okay.
And I think when I start dealing with it, I'll figure it out. But
no,
in my head, that's why I put shit on vinyl. Because if that's what I got to do to beat the system and not get on no streamings, I'm just putting this shit on wax.
Yeah, no.
Fuck it.
I mean, trust me, I've done, but I've just done instrumentals.
Yeah,
but they should just fucking relax.
Yeah, they gotta relax.
Yeah, exactly.
I think hip hop, I always talk about this shit. We reintroduce a lot of music through sampling. I think that's an important job of ours as producers that we unconsciously do. We reintroduce music, and that's how that's why Bob James got a fucking, what is that fucking, what, track lib? That's why he got a track lib deal, bruh, because of hip hop. It ain't because Bob James is Bob James, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he made incredible shit, but if it wasn't for hip hop, that motherfucker wouldn't still be getting paid right now.
No,
you get what I mean, bruh? So
no.
and that's a whole nother conversation. It's everybody knows
it's a conversation. Yeah. It's a conversation.
It's always been like kind of fuck Bob James because he's a fucking dick. I understand where he was coming from as far as early with trying to catch shit as an artist.
But James Brown. Who else was sticklers? Ramsey Lewis. They were all sticklers on it. But we as hip hop producers were repurposing their music and then reintroducing it to a different genre. But
so it's always kind of been like when Bob James did that shit with Track Lib, I was just like, bro, you could have avoided all this shit.
Yeah.
You could have just been cool. You could have just admitted that you liked what the fuck we was doing instead of being a bitch ass motherfucker. Respectfully, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Didn't he have a bitch ass motherfucker like Tommy Silver?
Because it's all jazz. All jazz is like reintroduced.
You didn't hear what I said because Tom Silverman is a fucking whatever the fucking guy. He's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
For what he did, this fucking De La Soul.
Yeah. With Tommy Records and shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who was a part owner and track.
Exactly. So I'm not surprised that bullshit is going on, and that's what I mean. It's hip hop does more than just be dope and shape culture. Like we reintroduce culture. We're reintroducing music. We're reminding people that where the roots of all this came from.
Yeah.
That's why I don't subscribe to, I love the new shit, but a lot of ignorance towards music is stemmed through like all this fast developing culture, and people are not taking a step to understand the fundamentals of the shit. That's why I'm a forever dig and make the shit that I make, because it's going back to the root. Like I could sit here and make new style shit all day, but that's not where my heart is.
See, you hear that, bro?
My heart's not there, and
You
I don't
hear
give,
that
and I don't give a, and I don't be giving a
I
fuck
mean,
what
that's
people,
gems.
and I don't give a fuck because I've dealt my whole teenage years with people calling me crazy, but they now they looking at me in Amsterdam selling vinyl in Japan. And they asking me how I did it. It's like I didn't do shit. I did what I wanted to do. That's the difference.
Doing pop-up shops straight up in the UK.
Yeah, Switzerland.
Fly shit. Right.
And I did that through the power of making dope shit, not following trends, not doing none of that. Just making shit that sounded good and that people like. That's it. I be telling people it's really as simple as that.
About.
People make music creating and this shit's so convoluted and dumb. If you want to make new shit, cool. But the problem lies when these new cats start. The problem lies both ends. New cats shitting on old cats shitting on new cats. I think everybody just needs to be respectful for what people are creating, and then we could develop more as artists. If we're just respecting it, not just, you sampling records, you want some 90s shit. You know, anytime I hear that, I just look at people like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Meanwhile,
I'm just on some shit. That's it. I'm on some shit. Ain't no time. There's no time capsule for none of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't make my joints and put them in a time frame of history. Yeah, they're inspired from that, but we on some other shit.
I'm glad you said that because you have so much fucking music, B. You have a lot of music, like a day in Brain Orchestra, like for real. Like you have so much music. How do you do it? What are you doing?
I love this shit. That's it, because I've done it before I was making money. That's what I'm trying to, I be trying to tell people, like, I wasn't making music as a kid thinking I was going to be fucking selling records and doing all this shit. All this just happened to happen over time with certain decisions. But I don't get bored of this. I don't, even when I'm not making anything good or when I don't strike, like, I'm a fucking nerd for this shit, bro. I love buying records. I love archiving shit. I love finding shit I never heard, reflipping it, and then fucking people's heads up. That's my whole shit. I want to be a part of that timeline and that historical piece of hip hop. Just dope shit. I don't get bored of this shit. I don't try to break my head open. I just have fun, bro. I try to be as naturally connected to this shit spiritually as possible. I try not to lose sight of why I enjoy creating music. Feel me, bro? Feel me? A lot of people just get lost in attention and numbers, and you know, people don't realize I'm a regular ass person too. You know, if I were to let these numbers get to me, you know, I wouldn't be shit. Like I would just be another like asshole online, like flexing shit that don't matter.
React.
I do.
I mean, come on, man.
Like none of that shit matter. It matters when you press play. Is it fire? That's it, bro. That's why I don't really care. Numbers don't matter to me. That shit, and if the numbers matter because they show for something, but you cannot conflate numbers with talent or just like it's just any of that. Like I'm grateful that a lot of people are starting to watch, so it makes sense that I have the numbers to show for it now. But I never worried about that. Like I never worried. People, you got like 10,000 followers, yo. I'm like, word, yeah, that's cool, but like I'm trying to touch this bread with the shit that I'm making. Like, fuck followers, bro. Can I sell this dope shit and have people support it? Because I'm at that point. But time is money at this point, right? So,
like that's another question I always want to ask you, and I'll be brief because we'll wrap it up soon. But your marketing game is crazy.
Oh man, thank you.
For years, like React, like if you subscribe once to Brain Orchestra, and if you give them your email address once, doesn't matter if it was 5 years ago, which I just did, you're always getting something.
Newsletters, that's just.
Do you do that by yourself or you got people?
I got Patreon. I do my Patreon blog and newsletters by myself. I send out like 4 newsletters a month. I post at least I post a record a week from my, like, I have on my Patreon, we do Song of the Week. So every no specific day, but one time during the week, I pick a record out from my collection.
Right.
I record it, and then I talk about the track and the album. And that's a part of my digging, is learning all this shit. And then I share it with people who are interested. And then I make beats with it, and then put exclusive beats on the Patreon. Like, I think I got here. One thing I can say, if people are going to listen to this, I got to where I'm at through communicating with our tools of the future. Yeah. Right. So when I realized that email and SoundCloud direct messaging, oh, this guy's in California. Oh, he making hip hop beats. Oh, let me holler at him. Yo, y'all doing shows out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, if you fly out here, I'll get you on the show. Bro, I done slept on floors, bro. Yeah. To do shows in other states. Like, gotten in almost situations where I'd had to be outside all night. Like, people don't realize you have to do that. Like, you got to communicate with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I used all that to get to where I was at. Like, communicating and connecting dots. And that's the only thing that got me where I was at with this shit, is communicating with like-minded individuals.
Well, I'm telling you right now, people, like this, so many gems in this episode. And the music speaks for itself. Go out and cop and listen and stream all things Brain Orchestra. I recommend that you buy it, because like it's a really nice pocket of music, man, and it's nice on the ears. I will tell you that, bro. I'm like, there's no cap. I would not say that shit if I didn't mean. I would never say it, but it is every joint that I hear it. And then the video, you got like an owl. You got like there's a video with an owl.
The owl on the wrist. I remember when I thought about that idea and it got greenlit, I was like, I'm about to fuck their head up with this one, man. I was like, I'm about to fuck their head up. I just wanted to do some goofy shit.
React.
And that was the funniest shit.
There's a video with and the rhymes are crazy, and it's just a serene.
The loop is. That one was that loop right there, man. When I found that shit, I was like, holy fucking shit.
Crazy.
But that's a part, that's what I'm saying. That's like what you said. That's the digging. It's an art. It's 4-bar. It's
yeah. Finding.
Send me the record. We'll go. I'll play.
No, I sent you the video. I sent the link to the video on you. I texted you earlier.
The judgment.
Like, it's him. It's literally, it's him with an owl. Could we say that the owl's Drake?
Imagine.
We'll play that as the last record going out.
Oh, you have it?
No, I don't, but I'll put it in post.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, shit like that. That's what I'm saying. I was filming with my buddy Tyler, and we were in upstate, and he was like, yo, my aunt is like, she's a wildlife rehabilitator. You want to go look at some fucking falcons? And I'm like, hell yeah, what the fuck? Birds and shit. Like, I fuck with animals heavy. So I was like, let's go. So we go, and she's showing me all these owls and shit, like barn owls, like horned owls, like real big predator birds and shit. And she was like, yeah, we use all these guys for educational purposes. They don't go into the wild. So I was like, can we shoot a video with one of them?
Because I saw the video reaction.
Nah, because the second she said like educational, I'm like, oh, they're trained.
Yeah.
So I was like, can we shoot a video? And she was like, yeah, you just need to put in your video that I certified that you could do that, so you don't get in trouble, but you don't have to pay me or nothing. Like, just promote my shit.
Yeah.
So his aunt was nice enough to let us do that shit.
I was gonna fucking
That's cool.
Bite you in the fucking face while you're recording.
He was chill. He was cool.
I saw it.
I had we tried it with the horn owl first, but two things. One, he was heavy as shit. And he was a little aggressive that day. He kept trying to fly away and jump off, and the last thing you want is that thing to like
birds.
Nah, the last thing you want is that thing to latch onto your arm.
Yeah, it's over.
It's gonna hurt really bad. Yeah. So, and no glove. You know, that bird was huge. I was like, nah, I can't shoot a video with this fucking. This shit was like 15 pounds. I gotta hold this motherfucker.
And you had
like
it.
that.
You like literally.
You have to hold it up. Yeah, you have to hold it up while holding your arm up. That shit gets tiring, bro.
Yeah.
No, I remember when you first filmed that shit. I was like, "This some fly shit."
That was fun, man. That's why I just want to do shit like that, like, have fun and.
Well, like you're building your community, you're building your tribe, and all I can say is, man, I'm super proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
Like, I met you in Session In, and it's been wonderful, bro. And I can't wait to hear what's next with Brain Orchestra, man. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, this was good, dude. A lot of gems.
Yes.
Thank you.
A lot more gems.
Rapidy raps.
Man. Nah, yeah, rap. You know, you got the rapidy raps, but the gems were important, man. He dropped some shit tonight.
Yeah.
I just be wanting people to listen, man. If they're gonna listen to anything I gotta say, I just want to speak from experience and shit, and just allow people to understand. Shit is not. People make shit a lot more confusing than it actually is. You know,
Well,
like
all I'm saying is, if I swear to God, I will hawk you down because it's already about to blow. But
things are about to go up, man.
Yeah, I already know. But when it is, and you have to come back to the show.
Oh yeah.
and if I can't get in touch with you, I'm pulling up on you.
Nah, I got y'all, man. 100%.
Like, really, dog? But nah, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brain Orchestra, y'all.
What you say to them? Sad. Judgment aside, I'm the toughest alive. Put a nail out any coffin, put a death on my prize and spread lies. So if you heard, believe it and go. For sure, buddy, most never seen the seeds for the growth. What you really did, woke up and hate on the kid for staying this. Cause most stay adjacent with it. I ain't staying shut, playing close places with it. Fuck you talking about, you got a little shake in the gym. See my glove way greater and leave 10 acres of space craters. I'm not your damn neighbor, just passing through. Made bucks on the avenue, pride laughing. Thinking, yo, imagine bars as a better passion. Look at me now, pen lavish with the sway accent. You fake jacket for plays, we not the same captain. Not the same ship, sailing, you a lame. My stain leaves spots on the steel and tame rain. You dudes too comfortable and plain like white tees. My mic skill mixed with the MP is striking. You need to tread lightly. I'll pick apart your attitude. You ever try to fight me? Well, I heard bad news. You see his brain, baby. The chain lazy as I blaze haze. And ladies love how I portray waves. And I'm not another sucker like these naysays. See, this is grade A. Hey, yo, hit the rewind, slow 3 times up in the Nissan. Car check the beat, then I read rhymes. You think I was an old soul baby, but still growing, still showing that the age ain't shit. I'm real poet, 26 tough as a brick. Who wanna try to get from drum breaks to pen sketching out the accomplishments? I'm really fond of this, that's why I'd rather go broke and dig right for your cosign. My heart bring hope. Fuck a think piece, you try and dance close. My man's lows hold a toast for the plan though. Bitch, I spit on any loop break banjo. As long as one go to 4, I'm a jam though. As long as money gets stacked, I'ma stand close. Y'all wanna rap about pants, put your bands low. You wasn't with me junior high in the band though. Skipping school to serve apes, had a little plan though.